I am on a mission to beat Ragnaros and craft his hammer Sulfuros. However, there is one big catch. I have to only use gear and items that I craft myself. Using 5 characters, we use as many professions as we can to increase our chances of survival. Last week, we powered through levels 16 through 20 on our warrior and leveled up our druid to level 12, finally doing the Deadmines and unlocking bear form. This week, due to IRL circumstances, we take it a bit slower, but the progression we do is extremely important for the future of the challenge. Welcome back to Hardcore CraftedLocked. At the end of last week's video, I mentioned how Leve got really unlucky and had to restart on his warrior again. This also opened my eyes on how powerful engineering actually is, and as such we decided to create a Paladin and level a little bit together with Leve. There are multiple reasons for this. Firstly, in the future, we can choose to either become an armorsmith or a weaponsmith. And since our goal is to craft Sulfuros on our warrior, he will be the weaponsmith. This would allow our paladin to become the armorsmith. We will also drop mining from our warrior in the future and pick up engineering instead, mixing up the professions a little bit. So our paladin will train blacksmithing and mining, and our warrior will train blacksmithing and engineering. After creating our character and meeting up with Leve, we get straight to work. After rendering some starting items, I go straight to the paladin trainer and learn Devotion Aura, increasing both of our armor rating. And Leve trained Battle Shout, increasing both of our damage. Honestly, duo questing as Paladin and Warrior felt absolutely amazing. We both did really good damage even though neither of us had any gear. And at level 4, we learned Judgment and Blessing of Might, boosting our damage even further. We spent an ungodly amount of time clearing the Defias thugs until we finally reached level 6 by turning in a quest in Goldshire. We also train our new spells as well. Now this is where having alts really helps us out. We log in on our warrior and prepare a supply crate for our paladin, sending her all kinds of potions and materials necessary to level up faster and to level up blacksmithing. Then we hop on our priest, and we craft 4 linen bags for our paladin as well. We pick up the bags and head straight to the blacksmithing trainer and start crafting sharpening stones, which allowed us to craft the copper bracers and the copper mace. We sadly did not get enough levels from this, which meant that now we had to mine more copper. Ha ha ha, fun, ha ha ha. Anyways, we head to Stormwind, pick up mining and a pickaxe and hit some nodes, sending our spoils back to our warrior so that he can craft the copper chain vest, since this was a recipe we did not have unlocked over on our paladin. Picking the chest piece up, we decided to level up a little bit first. So we went out killing spiders, kobolds, bears, and even more kobolds, while also mining copper whenever we find any. And I gotta say, Paladin leveling is so easy. I feel like it almost matches Priest in terms of speed and ease of clearing. For example, we clear out the whole cave, pulled 2 mobs almost consistently, and we still make it out alive. Granted, yes, I do have potions active, but still, this was really fun for me. After clearing Goldtooth and getting Bernice's necklace, we spend some more time mining and return a few quests in. Now at Stormwind, we turn in even more quests and we finally reach level 8. We head on over to our Paladin trainer and learn some spells again. And at the Dwarven District, we craft the copper chain pants and the copper gauntlets, finally covering our butt. We then venture out, mining more copper, clearing murlocs and scouting out the Jasper Lode mine. Meeting up with Guard Thomas, we accept more quests, and at level 8, I decide to give Princess a try. But first, we fight a Defias bandit, and they actually dropped the Furbro's deed. Literally the first one I fight, and I didn't even have the red linen bandana quest. This character was 100% blessed. Now here's how the princess fight went. Yes, this class is very strong and very self-sustainable. And also, yes, I have never played Paladin either. I legitimately have only played Rogue and Mage up to level 60 and quite literally nothing else. But anyways, we keep mining, clearing prowlers, murlocs, taking the medallion without any issues again, picking up logs and clearing the bears. Now we head back to the Brackwell pumpkin patch and clear the Defias, also helping out our friend Leve with Princess, cause he can't solo her. After a very long time of slaying the Defias, we finally have a full quest log, and we go to turn in every quest, not without stopping to mine some copper ore of course. After turning in this quest, we reach level 10, and we decide to go towards Westfall, accepting all the quests there and flying back to Stormwind. This ends our Paladin's arc for the time being. And a couple of days later, we hop on our priest. Make sure to like and subscribe, it helps out more than you could ever imagine, and I have a special event planned for 10k subs. Now back to the video. Our priest had a lot of mail sent to her. This was mostly green items that we needed to disenchant for enchanting materials. And what's more, Nax was releasing around this time, so that's why you will see the floating ziggurats in front of all major cities. Now for our priest, we had a couple of goals. The main goal, however, was to reach level 20 so we can run Deadmines and grind woolen cloth for both gear and bags for all of our characters. The woolen bag is an 8-slot bag. It's only got 2 more slots than our linen bags, but how could I say no to 8 extra slots on every character? The first thing I wanted to do on my priest for now was to slay Vagash. This is an elite mob, however, there is a little trick to this. Listen, it's not glamorous and neither is it heroic, but we get a green item for disenchanting, so it was 100% worth it. We then head over to the Gold Bolar Quarry, and after clearing the rock jaws and turning in the quest, we reach level 11, completely ready for Loch Madan. Quick stop at the pilot, slay Mangleclaw, turn in quest, you know the drill. Finally reaching Loch Madan, we grab a couple of quests and fly to Ironforge. Now at the tailoring trader, we craft a couple of upgrades. The reinforced linen cape, the heavy linen gloves, soft linen boots, the barbaric linen vest, and the hand-stitched linen breeches. And also finally the green linen bracers. Now in the Deep Run tram, we chase some rats and head on over to Stormwind, where we pick up the delivery for Stonepike and do our priest quest. Now back at Ironforge, we take a griffin and fly back to Thelsamar. By the way, I quite literally had to move the guild chat to a different tab because I could not focus on leveling. We also reached level 12, which, silly old me, thought that level 12 is the required level for the Greater Magic Wand. So I harp right back to the inn and walk up to Ironforge. And after a lot of leveling, and finally getting our enchanting up to level 70, we finally crafted the Greater Magic Wand, which we couldn't even equip right now. I really need to stop playing at 5 AM because what the hell was I actually thinking? On the bright side, whenever we reach level 13, we can now instantly equip the wand, so I guess it wasn't all for nothing. And so, we fly back to Thelsamar. We hop back on and we spend an actual insane amount of time just trying to farm the items needed for the Thelsamar Blood Sausages quest. After which, it was time to kill the vermin inside the cave for their ears and pick up their mining supplies. This also took us a very long time, but thankfully, halfway through the whole grind, we reached level 13, allowing us to use the better wand instead. And that is how I spent over 40 minutes just getting these 3 quests done. God, I love vanilla. Then I went down south to the Stone Splinter Valley, where after I clear out a couple of gnolls, I get another power outage. It was starting to become very frustrating. Thankfully, we logged back in and everything was fine. We finished off the Trog quest and headed back to Ironforge. Here is where, chronologically, the Hogger raid would be. But it was such a special event with such a great show of support that I will be dropping a completely separate video just for that event. So expect a midweek video this week, kind of like an apology for this video being shorter as well. Now on our priest, we take the Deep Run tram to Stormwind, deposit some items in the bank, and vendor some trash. Heading over to the tailoring trainer, we are now even able to craft the soft-soled woolen boots, and of course, our first woolen bag. We also craft the heavy woolen gloves. The crafted gearing process will never not make me feel proud. It's honestly amazing. After which, we take a long trek to the Westbrook Garrison and decide to also 1v1 Hogger at level 13. Yeah, Hogger on Priest is just easy mode. We didn't even need help from other people this time, and we didn't even have any potions active. After turning in the quest, we head on over to Westfall. After killing a single Rusty Harvest Golem, we ding level 14. I have already showed off the Westfall questing experience on my warrior, so I will skip past the tedious grind that I had to do. Here, I actually used the forbidden technique of looting through the wall. I am not going to fight Benny again, because I heard he hits hard. All you would need to know is that we were getting so unlucky with the drop rates that it literally took us over an hour and a half to complete Westfall. and that is without the Defias Messenger quest. However, we at least reached level 15, and we are very close to level 16. We head on over to Red Ridge and turn in a few quests, and we are like literally 1 XP away from a level up. So we fly back to Stormwind, turn in the quest, and boom, level 16. And sadly, this is where the video will end, because at the time of writing the script, I have less than 4 hours to do my voiceovers and edit the video. Thank you all so much for being understanding, and I promise that now, since I'm settled in the new apartment, I can finally start making longer videos and putting in the hours of effort. See you guys next Saturday.